Hi guys, welcome to the runner's cooldown routine. Before we begin, you'll need your mat and a block. Make your way into a child's pose, with your knees wide, big toes together, arms long out in front of you, forehead resting on the mat. Take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose to relax. This is a grounding posture, a place where you can release unnecessary tension, flexing or gripping in your legs, hips, back and shoulders, even in the tiniest muscles in your face. All the while, your breath will become smooth and deep in and out through your nose. Adding on, walk your left hand past the left side of your mat, and then walk your right hand over to meet it, lengthening out your entire right side body. Feel your breath create space between each rib. No need to strain for a deeper stretch. It's with relaxation and an awareness of your breath that you'll get the most out of these postures. So walk your hands back to center and switch sides. Walk your right hand past the right side of your mat, then walk your left hand over to meet it. Settle in, find your breath, and feel space lengthening between each rib on your left side. Even your jaw is relaxed. The muscles around your eyes are soft as you feel your smooth breath passing in and out through your nose. Walk your hands back to center and rise up as you make your way into downward facing dog. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you like in this first down dog. With your hands gripping into the mat, fingers fanned out wide, press your chest towards your thighs and reach your hips high and back. To help your legs warm up, try bending one knee and then the other. Then settle into your downward facing dog, and to get deeper into our calves, place your left toes on your right heel. And give just a gentle assist, enough where you can feel a lengthening in your right calf. Breathe. Then switch sides. Replace your left foot back down and place your right toes on your left heel, giving just a little assist, enough so you feel a lengthening in your left calf. Great. Come back to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, a big breath out. From your down dog, reach your right leg up. Extend through your heels so your hips are square. Then to add a little variation for your hips, bend your right knee, sinking your right heel towards your left glute. Reach your right knee up towards the ceiling. That should feel pretty good. Now take a big inhale to straighten out your right leg once more. Big exhale to step your foot all the way through low lunge. Adjust so that your right knee is above your right ankle. Then spin your back heel down and open up into Warrior 2. Take a peek down to make sure that your right knee is tracking open, not caving in. Lower belly is firm. And to set up an extended side angle, we're going to use our block today. So place your block inside of your right ankle, then place your right hand on top of your block. I suggest starting at the highest setting. Reach your left arm overhead and be mindful not to cave your chest. Stay open and lean back into your left shoulder. You can stay here, or to add on, use your left hand to grab the back side of your head so you can reach up through your left elbow. Use your breath, smooth and deep through your nose, to create space in your right inner thigh and along the left side of your back and anywhere else that you feel it. Then to transition into the next posture, keep your left hand grabbing onto the back of your head and keep your right hand on your block. You might need to move your block though. Just straighten out your right leg for this variation of triangle pose. Using the block to support you and your hand behind the back of your head. Use your breath to create space and melt away tension for about 3 more breaths. And release your left hand to your left hip. Move your block off to the side of your mat. Use your core to rise. Take both hands to your hips, pivot your right toes in so you're facing the side of your mat for a wide leg fold. Big inhale, lift up through your heart. Big exhale, hinge from your hips. Come all the way down and use your hands to support you when you come down to your mat. From here, walk your hands over to your right foot. If you can, use your left hand to grab onto the outside of your right foot. Otherwise, find any variation that serves you. But you will feel a nice lengthening along the whole left side of your body. Soften into that sensation. Then gently release and walk your hands over to your left foot to switch sides. Great. Walk your hands back to center. Then take your hands to your hips and inhale to rise. Now cartwheel both hands down to the mat inside of your right ankle for a runner's lunge. Sink into your hips here in any variation that serves you. So you can lift your back knee off the mat, you can lower your back knee down, you can even alternate lifting and lowering that back leg. You can also lower down to your forearms or track your right knee open to get deeper into your hips. We'll be here for 1 full minute. So breathe, relax, and melt. We're here for just a couple more breaths. See if you can relax any deeper. One more long breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Come back up to your hands and toe heel your right foot between your hands at the center of the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down and shift your hips back for Hanumanasana prep or splits prep. Prop up on your hands or even on your block as much as you need to so that you're nice and long in your lower back. Then hinge forward from your hips so that you can feel a deep lengthening along the back side of your right leg. Flex your right toes back towards your face and engage your right thigh. Doing so will intensify the lengthening in your right hamstring. big breath in, big breath out. Then walk your hands forward, bending your right knee. Make your way back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, reach your left leg high. Extend through your heels, squaring off your hips. Then open up your hips by bending your left knee, sinking your heel towards your glutes, and reach your knee up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, extend your left leg straight. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge, knee on top of your ankle. Spin your back heel down, find warrior two. Nice and strong, make sure your left knee is tracking open and your core is engaged. And let's set up our extended side angle with the block. So place your block inside of your left ankle, left hand down, right arm high. Everything is spiraling open here, not caving forward. If you did so on the other side, grab the back of your head with your top hand. And use this variation to open up even more. Then mindfully and slowly straighten out your left leg, taking a similar variation but in triangle pose. Remember that in triangle pose, you do not want to sit in a locked knee joint, so a micro bend in your left knee will help you support and protect your left knee. Everything is rolling open and reaching up for 3 more deep breaths. Now release your right hand to your right hip, place your block off to the side, and use your core to rise. With both hands on your hips, pivot your left toes in so you're facing the side of your mat. For your wide leg folds, take an inhale to first stand tall, then exhale to hinge at your hips, come all the way down. And we'll add a chest expansion. Interlace your hands behind your lower back, then press your knuckles up towards the ceiling, and allow your shoulders to roll open. Let gravity take hold of your arms. If this ever feels really tight and almost impossible, just know that you can always extend your reach with a strap between your hands. Wherever you are, let your head hang loose and heavy. Take a big breath in, big breath out, and release your hands back down to your hips. Inhale to rise. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to the mat inside of your left ankle for runner's lunge. Sink into your hips and find a similar variation that you took on the other side with similar timing. We'll be here for a little more than a minute to match the other side. So breathe, relax, and stay focused and present by maintaining an awareness on your breath and the sensation within this pose. Even your eyebrows are relaxed and your jaw is soft. As you breathe in and out through your nose, send your breath into your base. Feel this breath creating space in your hips and thighs, so you can sink even millimeters deeper with each exhale. And come back up to your hands. Toe heel your left foot to the center of the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down and shift your hips back for Hanumanasana Prep. Stay tall so that you do not crunch at your lower back. Instead, flex your left toes back, engage your left thigh. Inhales lengthen out of your lower back, pulling your heart forward. And exhales hinge from your hips so you can fold deeper. And no matter how deep you go in this pose, you can still find micro adjustments, lengthening on your inhales, going deeper on your exhales. Three, 2, 1. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Let's get deeper into the hips and find half pigeon. Bring your right knee up to your right wrist, even past your right wrist towards the right side of your mat. Lay your shin flat on the mat, and maybe someday your shin will be parallel to the top of your mat, maybe not, who cares? Most important is that your hips are square, so you can use your block to prop up your right hip if that helps. Both hips are squared out to the front of your mat. Right toes are flexing back to protect your right knee joint. Walk your hands up towards your hips and take a big inhale to puff up through your chest. Then exhale to walk your hands forward, maybe just a couple of inches, or lower down onto your forearms, or head down onto the mat. Really focus on using your breath to release tension and to relax into this intense posture for about 5 or 6 more breaths. Slowly rise and make your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. And when you're ready, let's switch sides. Bring your left knee towards your left wrist, even past your left wrist towards the side of your mat. Lay your shin flat across the mat, but make sure your left toes are flexing towards your knee to help engage and protect your knee. If you used a block on the other side, or even if you just need it here, place your block underneath your left hip. Hips are squared off to the top of your mat, so both hip bones are even to the top of your mat. Walk your hands up to your hips, take a big breath in, then exhale to walk your hands forward or lower all the way down. As you sink into your hips, this is a posture that can feel more intense over time, so it's that much more important that you are aware of your breath and using your breath to keep your body calm. Even relax your shoulders, your jaw, your eyelids. For one more big breath in and big breath out. Slowly rise. Make your way back to downward facing dog and pedal out your legs. And then lower your hips down into a child's pose. Use this as your cool down whenever you go out for a run, a jog, or even a quick walk.